You're listening to Radio Hyrule, Zelda music 24/7.
All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tears of the Realms. Yes, this is our custom Cypher System-powered RPG set in our weird version of the Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom flavor of Hyrule, and the people below me are half of them are wearing kigurumis, and it is awesome.
This is Kiri's fault, and I'm just joining.
But everyone else is still in their pajamas.
Look,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
said I would follow
You
the
can't.
masses.
I'm
we did
still
not,
in pajamas as well.
We did not cross 50%, therefore I have not changed.
We do not have a supermajority, therefore.
Really,
It's just
I'm
a
just
simple majority.
really, I'm just embracing my brand. Ilea knows what's up.
Yep, I do.
So,
Way
This is
too
about
hot in my
Cozy
house.
Core.
announcements.
And I'm a cat.
Once we drop another 10 degrees here, I will join in.
So next week. Got it.
Quite
so
possibly.
in a couple hours, and then it'll
no.
jump up 40 degrees.
I mean, yeah, it really
That's
depends
in
on what
California.
Saturdays look like.
You keep
No.
your own weather.
No, Wisconsin very much will have 40-degree changes throughout a day.
That's
It's
disgusting.
nonsense.
Yeah, it's just
We
what
have
it
gone.
is like
I kid
here.
you not. We have gone from below freezing to mid 80s in 4 days.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
But we're not supposed to get out of the 50s for the next week.
Well, that'd be nice. 50s is nice.
Yeah, but to be clear, it's currently 49 degrees, so I need it to drop below 40 for it to be cold enough to wear a onesie.
All right, so announcements. Technically,
We were at PAX Oz.
Yeah, I was about
It
to say
happened.
technically yesterday,
If you were there,
but
thanks.
Australia's weird, and I don't exactly. It hasn't been 24 hours, but there was a panel
It's
at
been
PAX Australia.
It's been 7 hours. We'd like to say thanks. We did our Tears of the Kingdom panel there. It looks like from the outset that everyone had a good time. So if you were there, thank you. We still have a bunch of the ZU crew over at PAX Oz. So if you are there, go say hello. And that's the news.
We have very cool people from Australia that like we have an entire
it's
branch
Shona
of ZU
and
that
Dave.
lives in Australia.
Yeah, so, for those who are new, Zelda Universe we a big company. We're
I
not even a
think,
company. We're an
No.
organization.
I
You're
think
big,
friend of the channel Dale Kingsmill is there as well, doing cool
That is correct.
Dale type things.
I talked to Omar Narjam, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Or really friend of us.
Yeah.
Friend of ours.
One day I will convince Omar to guest on here, and then the
Maybe.
world will end.
But he was mentioning to me last week that he went to go visit Dale, and then I go on YouTube and see, and then also, he did a D&D in real life with Dale.
Yeah, I saw. I haven't
was
watched
quite
it yet,
fun.
but Dale does so many cool things.
Omar Najam and Dale. Dale's great. Omar Najam also great. Go follow them on the internet.
Yeah. Dale
I got to
played
talk
in
to
my
him last
Power
week.
Rangers mini campaign. She was our White Ranger. And yeah.
I had a drink. I had a drink last week with Omar a little bit. Quite nice.
So other announcements. We happen to be blessed with the fact that we have a published author that, plays with us, and she's super awesome. And you guys should all check out this post she made on her Instagram, where she talks about the new book from a brand new series that she's trying to launch. And so she's trying to build up a little bit of hype around it. 'Cause it's super, super cool and interesting.
I know that Kiri's a great author, but do you know, chat?
You guys could actually see
It was bad. It was a bad
her
joke.
book
Sorry.
Jesus.
right there. That's Alice the Terra Mirum Chronicles. Alice the Terra.
Yeah.
My brain
Alice the
hurts
Terra
right now.
Mirum
Yeah.
Chronicles.
Alice and Changeling are already published, so you can go get those books. Those are awesome. They're both in those Chronicles set. And then there's a new book that's trying to get published. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And
With
if you're
Fire
an
shit.
audiobook only person, that Alice should be things going well. Have an audiobook released probably this month.
Yay!
Fire shit!
Just in time for Halloween.
It's
But anyway,
it's
guys,
been a very spendy and time-consuming project that I'm very excited to hopefully have released soon.
Go buy Kiri things.
I posted a link in chat. Please click on the link. Watch the very short that she made there. Heart it, comment on it, tell all your friends. It is a really, really interesting idea that she's had, and we just need to get someone to agree to publish it. And then Kiri can become a super famous author and can travel around the world, and we can all say, we knew her when.
And then
I
I'll
have
get to
one-
figure out how to do all this from various hotel rooms.
Woo!
I can't do a signing until afternoon. I have a Zelda tabletop game. And they'll be like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "Don't."
I will. I'm the
This
same
is my
way with
one
anything I
ask.
do. I have base. That's how I do things on Saturdays. Is for that exact thing.
Your writer going forward is always, if it's Saturday, I
Realms.
need an internet connection and a camera.
Between these hours, and they'll
And
be
they're
like,
like, weird. Okay.
"She's pretty chill, but her only weird ask is this. I don't know why."
It's like, what do they need it
Hey,
for?
it's not like green M&Ms, so
No,
I
do you
think
know
we
why
could
they do that though?
It's so they prove that they actually read the writer, right?
No, It's so there's usually one ridiculous ask in there for this. It's a clause specifically for the safety of the artist. Of if you didn't fulfill this ridiculous thing, if for some like other reason they're able to break contract.
Oh.
It's not necessarily because they really need that thing.
Oh
It's
no, it's
specifically so they're gonna do the thing, but if for some other reason they're like, now we can't do this event, whether it's like they got sick or they're not feeling well or whatever, because that's usually not covered by a contract. It's, hey, you didn't fulfill my weird green M&M ask, therefore, and that was in our contract, so I'm allowed to break contract now because you didn't fulfill
So,
it.
what would be your weird M&M ask in a contract? Leave it in the comments.
Now I just want M&Ms.
the weird, like, I keep saying this to a lot of different people, because I get really, really annoyed when people go, oh, truckers, now that is the most difficult job. Teachers, that is the most difficult job. Retail workers, that is the most difficult. No, all jobs suck. Every single job in the world
Yes.
has an aspect to it that you don't like. And as soon as you start finding out how the job actually works, like I've had so many people tell me how easy it is to be a manager and how they want so badly, they just wish they could get promoted because managers have it so easy.
That
And then
tells
they
me you've had a really bad manager.
Yeah, I was about to say, either you had a really, really bad manager or you had a really good manager, because both of them will make it look like they don't do anything. And yeah, it's... So, once you start learning about why things work the way that they actually work, it's always surprising. Like writers. A lot of people don't know that writers exist. Not writers, but riders, which are the little contracts that you get when you have people come into places.
Brum, brum, brum.
Yeah. Jax knows what writing is. She has a bike.
The leader of the pack.
Oh God. Ugh. I get PTSD from hearing
Yeah,
that song.
see, that wasn't just the song for Lex. That was the entire show that just went through Lex's head.
Yep. And
I know.
the PTSD. Huh.
I worked mics for that show. I didn't do the show.
I did deck. It was It was awful.
Yeah.
It was just a rough production, and I am not afraid to say it.
I wasn't
They know who
allowed
they
to do
are.
it because my parents were scared my grades wouldn't be good. And then, of course, they were good. And I'm like, see? What are you doing? So instead, I put condoms on microphone battery packs.
You know, sometimes we think about, the weird things that you do in theater.
In any
I will also
And-
say I was 15 at the time.
in any other
And that's
vocation,
normal
the
for
phrase "I put condoms on anything" would be,
I'm
"What
sorry,
bet
excuse
did
me?
you lose?" Theater, though, it's like, oh, okay.
No, it makes sense because Mike,
And-
I'm working a show right now. No
Yeah.
mics. They're just belting, but it's also a nonsense of a show.
Yeah.
Um,
Fun fact, you can get bulk boxes of condoms from Costco.
I
Not
mean,
surprised by that.
I mean, are we
Practice
surprised?
safe audio, everyone.
Yep.
So anyway,
I have one quick announcement before we quickly get started.
Sure.
So directly after this stream, I will be joining the lovely people at Good Vibes Gaming. Because
good
the
vibes gaming.
lovely people, Brandon and shoot, completely blanking on these people. Daniel from Good Vibes Gaming are doing a fun little Mario Party thing. I'll be on there immediately after the stream is over. So if you want to see me suck at Mario Party, go check it out.
Every day of my life.
Good. I'm glad. Thank you, Kiri.
You're welcome.
Someone's got to put me in my place.
I'm here for support.
Any other things going on that we need to announce or meant? Anyone? Bueller?
I need a job.
Same.
Send me tenure track professor positions. That aren't just random. Like, don't send me one in physics because unfortunately I do not have the educational background to have that kind of job. But you know, things that relate to me: game studies, digital studies.
I mean, it's
communication, rhetoric.
physics. It's not rocket science.
I'm not saying I couldn't teach physics. I'm saying I don't have the educational background to do so.
Because like,
I would love
you
to
use
teach
physics
something that
in
I have no
rocket
background
science.
in, and I just
Uh,
say utter nonsense.
Go
That gives me
into-
anxiety.
Honestly, go into grad school, and they'll assign you a class to teach, and you may not have a background in that class, and
Or
you'll have
just-
a great semester.
Just look for a class that the professor is late in and just walk in and start writing random things on the board.
All right, class.
Okay, so I am
Today we're doing a
Professor
tier list of every Zelda character and why they're hot.
Slarty
see,
Bartfast.
I do think it would be really fun to walk into a room and whether you're the teacher or not, just say it's for a different class. It
Don't
would cause
exactly.
panic.
You start writing things on the board, and it's like,
Yeah.
wait, this isn't phonetics 305?
Yeah.
Welcome
mean-
to Intro to Existential Crisis. If you have not done the homework, I'm
be
afraid
fair-
it will be an instant failure.
I'm
now,
thinking, I'm getting the energy of those TikToks of the kids going into the classroom being, is this the evolution of Nicolas Cage?
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
is this intro to parental trauma? Oh, hi, Dad.
Yeah. I will say though, I do teach communication courses, and I have managed to sneak in physics and ancient Greek, the language, not just the mythology and philosophers. So who knows what you'll get in one of my classes? You'll learn a lot more than you think you are learning about.
Try UW-Madison for all of your educational needs.
I'm teaching Intro to Digital Communication, and I talked about ancient Greek stuff in two
See,
separate lectures so far.
Nerd.
The weird thing about what I did in high school, because I was a band geek and a theater geek and everything, because all my friends were band geeks, anyone that talked about going to UW-Madison was not going there for their degree program. They were going there to become a part of the Badger Band.
Yep.
Which is, in my humble opinion, the best damn marching band ever. They're amazing. They're in better shape than the football players, by the way.
Yep. I mean,
I
Yeah.
had a friend who played clarinet at UW-Madison, and she I think she tore a ligament or something marching in her shoulder, and she had to drop out of the band because she couldn't do it. And that's clarinet. Clarinet, remarkably light instrument.
yep. I have considered going to a football game just to watch the band because I care about marching band, but I'm not willing to spend money on a football ticket and be surrounded by what those games are like just to see the band.
Yeah,
I-
no, thank you.
I have been to one game in Badger Stadium, and it was impressive, to say the least.
I avoid
But we left after
campus on
halftime.
game days. I will not be anywhere near campus this weekend because it's homecoming. It is just insane. There's so many people. They're all loud. They're all just crowded together doing weird stuff. It is overwhelming. It's too much. I would much rather kill things in a tabletop role-playing game.
Ooh, good segue.
And with that, I think it is
Just
time.
Left it. I would much rather kill things.
and we'd much
I
rather murder.
Added, there might have been an asterisk. Could have been a footnote.
Moeda.
Segue away.
All right, so it is now time for us to return to the Tears of the Realms. The party has returned from their first tier walking expedition. After having an interesting meal with the supreme potentate of Etsu Korimala, they discovered that his intention was to incapacitate and capture the Tear Walkers. Unfortunately for him, he did not anticipate a key. After the party was able to disrupt the chaos that was the aftermath of them being gassed, they escaped into the elevator and rode all the way down to beneath the Supreme Potentate's tower and found a massive crystal that was used to power the entirety of the city. When they got there, they realized that their Tear Walking gems seemed to be resonating with this, and as they all went up and touched the crystal, their Tear Walking gems activated, and they regained the ability to leave this particular Tier. Not wanting to leave without doing something to help the populace, the party banded together and started severing the massive power cables that gave the Supreme Potentate the control that he had over this as a city, with one final electromagnetic aurora pulse severing the remaining cables as they all left and returned to a warm summer rain in the Hyrule that they knew. After going back, relaxing for a bit, and debriefing Kess and a few other members of the Tears Core, Kess asked to adjourn the meeting and seemed slightly off. Aino, being the curious person that she is, sent a key to eavesdrop on her conversation with the heroes of the realms, who were all called in to speak with Kess. Kess shared that the world that was described to her from the Tear Walkers hit a little bit close to home, because the ideals that forged this world were the ideals that she held very dear, and they had gone very, very wrong. After discussing it with the rest of the heroes of the realms, they made a group decision that their best choice to move forward would be to discuss it with the Tear Walkers and decide if Tear Walking was a good idea or if they should scuttle everything. And that is where we return. So, you guys, again, have returned to, you guys had the meeting and you were kind of sent off for the rest of the day to kind of relax, recharge, and then you noticed that the Heroes of the Realms were showing up rather unexpectedly. Other than Arel and Kess, you guys really didn't interact with the rest of the heroes aside from maybe a random training session or two. And all of them hadn't really been together aside from the brief moment where they came to rescue you on your journey back from your final training mission. So seeing them all here seemed a little bit strange, and so Aino decided to send a key to reconnoiter exactly what was going on. And so a key came back and kind of filled you in on everything in a way that only a key can do. The rest of you would have kind of watched Aino, as a key came back, you would watch Aino have this delightful conversation that it would appear that a key says nothing the entire time. But
Aino is secretly a Disney princess. There you go.
Secretly?
Makes sense. Glowing hair.
Oh my
You have
gosh!
Animal.
you have a fancy, like very, very smart, like familiar.
You know, whatever.
And every so often, your outfit magically changes. So,
It's like if Jester was a Disney princess. Just two things.
Jester is a Disney princess.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah. So you guys are all back in your basically your private dorm communal area, and Aino has just finished having a conversation with Aki. So what would you all like to do?
I'm assuming I got to relay that all to everybody.
Yes, if
Okay.
you would like to.
I just don't want to take.
Way.
I don't want to take the time since we all overheard
Absolutely.
the
Yep.
conversation.
Absolutely. So, you guys have all been informed of what the conversation was. So, what would you all like to do?
My brain just completely just froze for a second.
I mean, if we've got some time to just like chill,
Yeah.
then I would like to go write a letter back to my family.
Okay.
Just update them on what I've been up to.
All right. So, after kind of did you guys want to have a discussion about what you want to do with that information, or did you all kind of like hear it and go, "Ooh," and then kind of go back to your rooms?
Motto probably went back to their room, if for any reason, then also because my brain also wasn't working, and so I'm like trying to process and remember what was just said.
Don't worry. The last episode, you were
Out cold?
You weren't out cold.
No.
You were just completely nonverbal. So you like people go,
Good.
Matto, what do you think? You go, So
One, very, very good acting representation of me. Thank you so much.
that's what I'm here for.
B, Motto had a very weird dream that night of being weird bears on a heist at a theme park in New Jersey and other things because I was at a convention.
So,
That'd
so it sounds like you all kind of went back to do your own things. I know you're able to write your letter. Do you have a method that you intend to get the letter?
Usually, Eki will deliver
Just kind
it
of wander
to
off.
another. He will go find other helpful animal, and they have a whole system.
Okay.
They're really
Princess-
good about it.
Princess
You have a
confirmed.
network of animals.
Princess.
Oh, you guys have
Yeah.
no idea
Can I
the
get some
nonsense
art
we came
made?
up with her backstory.
Hey, someone in chat, if someone makes any art of this campaign, please make it of Aino and Aki and like fully it giving like Snow White or Sleeping Beauty energy with all of the woodland creatures.
Just
and then it
turning
is-
to.
I'm waiting for the moment where you go all like Shrek 3 and then like you literally throw all of your woodland army at somebody while belting out Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. Just
So the artwork I actually want is more Fantasia-esque, that's focused on the Aurora aspect,
Thank you.
and then the animals.
You call forest animals, I'll call birds.
why not both?
No. Like that's how Eki and I divide the labor. You call forest animals, I call birds. It's fine.
I just randomly want you guys to go like full on Enchanted, where Aino just starts speaking to an animal and everyone just looks at her like she's nuts, and then suddenly all the animals start dancing. And she's like, they don't do this at your. You guys have very boring lives, you know that?
Why is
Totally.
everyone singing? Why do they know this dance? Did you teach them?
How do
It's
you
giving
know
that scene of Rocco's Modern Life too.
You know how like when you go somewhere and you just start singing a song and everybody knows the lyrics? What do you mean? This is not shared experience. I whole life always known. What do you strange?
So, while Aino is doing that, oh, I just realized, you know, when I run things, it's just a bad idea to have me run things. There we go.
That's
Uh,
what
But
people
only
say
when
about
you
me.
run things.
That's what people say about me all the time. It makes
So-
LinkedIn very difficult.
That
Elias-
means, by logic, that it is a good idea to have you run things when you're not running things.
I don't know. I just know that Elias made these super cool overlays, and all I have to do is press 2 buttons. Just 2 little clicks, and they work perfectly, and I cannot remember 2 clicks. So
I am deeply saddened Elias was not here to groan at my pun of exequestral crisis.
He probably felt it wherever he is.
And if you'd
Yeah.
like, I can delete the comment to make you feel like Elias is here.
No.
No, we need to keep it so we can send it to Elias so he can be like,
So anyway, Mado has kind of gone back to rest off the remnants of the tranquilizer that is still
But-
messing with his head.
But what's also happened during this is not once he now gets a little bit more energy in him, he starts kind of being like, man, I had a weird funky bionic arm. And then goes over to Dilly and is like, so you were able to hack things. What was that like trying to take notes of
Did-
like maybe I can make this into a real like gauntlet that will then create the shields.
So,
So-
did you have the choice to switch back to regular motto or stay cyborg motto?
So you can keep the arm.
I had a choice.
Yeah.
You have
still
the
have the
choice.
choice.
You
So-
still have the choice.
Because you
Anytime
missed the
you
last
take a nap.
episode, the way that Foci are
nap.
going to work moving forward in this Kika campaign is at the end of a long rest, you can choose which focus you are using at that point. So if you still want to be a cyborg, you can be.
You know what? I'm gonna choose to stay in this mode, just so while I do this, I can like take a second and really sit and analyze this arm and be like, okay, how the hell does this work?
The one other decision you need to make, each new focus that you gain is going to have a physical representation. So you need to decide, and you don't have to do it now, but you do need to decide sometime how are you going to organize your focuses, because plan is eventually you guys will be able to change focuses faster than having to sleep on it.
So to be clear, this is like a little totem or symbol of like I can do something and I'll be able to switch through that.
Effectively, like for Adesh, I believe he was going to have like runes that represented each one of the foci. It should somehow be connected with however you keep your tier walking gem, but it's entirely up to you. The same thing would be true for you, Dilly. Is you can choose to remain able to kind of wirelessly interface with tech, or you can go back to your kind of more normal mode. Eventually, you all will have a focus specific for Hyrule, but
Okay.
you will have to unlock those as you explore.
Okay,
Bless
so
you.
here's what I'm going to do for this, because I think I already have an answer for this one. So, rather than have another thing on his necklace, because his teardrop is on his necklace, he's got a bracelet that is on his right arm. That has, for Etsu, because of the bionicness, a gear.
Okay.
That is imbued with that sort of energy that in a different realm, he could tap it, and then it will like, you know how like on old timey billboards they would like flip because they were like shutters that would do the thing.
Yeah, they were technically.
They were
I can't
technically
remember.
like vertical things that like would move, but weren't there some that also like flipped down?
Yeah,
or-
there's a bunch of different ways you can do it.
So the ones that flip down, as like he hits it, you would see basically at what his other version like flat down, and then he would be in that self.
Cool.
And it's like just like a leather bound, like essentially a bracelet.
Okay. Sure. Works perfect. So, so again, are you basically kind of examining your robotic parts and
Yeah.
getting to know yourself?
Oh, that sounds wrong. Getting to know you.
Cool.
Hey, Jody, how much psychic damage do I take from that verbal attack?
Hey.
We'll go with a D6.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
That's a 5.
Ah!
So,
That's to
Dilly
myself,
or
to the record.
Zariah, do you guys have specific things that you want to do?
Yeah. After Motto getting very excited about the arm thing, Dilly's gonna go wander off and find the chef and talk about the fish. And see if we can recreate some good fish.
Oh,
Yeah.
the chef character.
Yeah, Lottie, the head of the culinary department here, had already kind of made you guys a really nice meal when you came back. It was pumpkin soup.
Ooh, check in about those scones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yo,
Mato gave her one of the scones from the
would
other
it have
place
been
that
a
you could
motto or
recreate.
would it have been a
A
dash?
dash.
Because the dash
It
It
is
was
was
a
a
dash.
dash.
Sorry, it was a dash.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Adesh gave a scone. We were having a conversation about the pumpkin soup. And now fish.
cool. All right, and then Zariah?
Zariah's probably gone back to her room.
Okay. So, the next few hours kind of pass. The passage of time feels very, very slow being here, simply because you guys have been in such a kind of hyper energetic place since you had your final training session. Everything has been about that. That now that you guys don't have something coming up, everything just seems to be a little bit slower. And you also notice, like, you guys were expecting when you came back that the Tears Core in and of itself would get busier and everyone would be kind of examining the new data and everything. And you've noticed the Tears Core itself is the least busy you have ever seen it in the 6 months that you guys have been here. It seems most people are kind of relaxing, and it doesn't seem like anyone is even attempting to kind of study the information that you guys did bring back.
Worldview surprisingly easy to shatter, considering they created entirely new reality.
As it gets closer to supper time, you guys suddenly hear a knock on the common room door.
Hello?
Yes, just here to let you know that you will be debriefed tomorrow morning right after breakfast in the main debriefing room. So if you could all be ready for that, that would be lovely. Oh, and apparently all the heroes of the realms will be there, so
Oh,
look nice.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know.
well, thanks
I
for
mean,
the heads
Aruna
up. We'll make.
never wears anything but that stupid sash, so I don't know why they want you to dress up when he won't even dress up, but whatever.
He has more than the sash.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like all he ever wears is he's got the sash and he's got a bag in.
I mean, I honestly, for what he did, I think it's this. He can wear what he wants.
Yeah, I guess so.
They've earned it.
Just seem like, they ask you guys to dress up and then they don't. I don't know. I guess Pierre dresses up enough for everyone though, so I guess it's
Yeah. I like his style though. It's very nice.
anyway. Did you all want me to bring you? Have someone bring you your dinners in here? We just for whatever reason, Lottie seems to be busy or something, so we're just having sandwiches and the like.
Sure.
All right, I'll send you. Do you guys want chicken, beef? What's you thinking? Mustard? No
Motto
mustard?
looks at everybody else first. Get their orders.
I I would love a cuckoo sandwich. That sounds quite good. Aki will. I would like some mustard on mine, but Aki will take his plain.
Got ya. Does he want bread, or does he just want a like kaku, like a big piece of roasted kaku meat?
Is the bread toasted?
It isn't, but we can. I mean, it's not like it's hard.
If it could be toasted, that would be great, and maybe a tiny little bit of like just some crushed blueberries. He would be very. Oh yes, he would like that very much.
All right, I'll see what I can do about that. Any other special orders? Anything like that?
Am I
Bloody
still in the
nose.
kitchen and therefore the reason why there isn't more food? Because Dilly is
No,
just talking.
When you went to visit Lottie, during the conversation that you guys were having, like she sat you down and she got you a cup of something, and then randomly a person came in, whispered in her ear, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, sugar. I gotta get going," and she left. And you've never had that kind of conversation end like that. Like she's normally she's the person that generally says, "Oh, to hell with this. I'm having a conversation here." But she left very, very quickly. So
I'll have what they're having.
all right then. Yeah, it should be like 50 minutes, something like that. So good job on your tea walking and everything. I don't know if anyone's told you, the fact that you came back. That's a good thing. So good luck. And he leaves.
Thanks. Oh, he's gone.
True to his word, a collection of sandwiches and some chilled juice comes in later, and then the door shuts behind them. The person that brings it in, you don't recognize, and they don't interact with you whatsoever. They bring your food in, they put it down, and then they instantly leave.
I just start
You
eating the
make
sandwich.
people so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's kind of funny, but also concerning because this is supposed to be like exploratory facility, yeah?
Yeah.
When you have new findings, you don't just go, "Oh, we're done." Like that's really weird. If we ran the library like that, we would not have learned anything.
No.
So it's an exploratory facility, which means we should go explore.
I mean, I might at least walk around.
I mean, I want
Probably
to
have.
finish my dinner first, but yeah, but that was
We
the
can
idea.
after dinner. Oh, the mustard's good.
Guys, we've been here before. Quite a lot.
No,
Doesn't mean we've been everywhere.
I'm fairly certain what Dilly means by explore is go eavesdrop some more on people on what we're not supposed to be hearing. Yep, that is
If-
what they meant.
I
If
don't
we
think
happen
Dilly
to
thinks
come
that
up on-
far.
If we happen to come up on people and find out some interesting information, we were just exploring. It's in the name of the building. We're just doing what the building told us to.
That's true. It is on the building. So, otherwise it would be false advertising.
See, Motto gets it.
Thank you for handing that. Motto just is like, yeah, I did something.
You just got the thing, and I helped.
It's so, it just reminds me
Motto
of that
does
part
have that energy.
in D&D where after the bridge is broken, but then he finds it hither, there's stuff, and he's like, "I did good."
Yeah.
Bye.
Me and every Baldur's Gate encounter ever.
See, we didn't need that bridge. I did good.
Where we're going, we don't need bridges.
Ooh.
Oh, Doc.
So after you guys finish off your meals, did you guys want to kind of go out and kind of mingle?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys leave the dorm room, probably the first thing that you notice is it's relatively late, and most of the Tears Corps does not live specifically in the Tears Corps like you guys do. There's a few. There's a nearby town that they kind of commute from and everything. So you generally aren't expecting it to be bustling at this time of night. Most of the people have gone home. However, as you come out, the Tears Corps is effectively dead. You don't see really anyone around. You're even looking, because they have I mean, security is a strong word for it, but they do have people whose kind of sole purpose there is to make sure that people are not going where they're not supposed to. And you don't even see those people kind of walking around. Like, the whole place just seems empty right now.
Zorai's gonna go find Aunt Terrell.
Okay. So, looking around, you know that Arel has an office here. That for the most part, she basically uses kind of as her own personal clubhouse. And she has a couch in there that she sleeps on. They have offered to give her quarters. She's never wanted them. And
She
so...
sleeps in other people's quarters.
Yeah.
If I need my own room, I haven't done my job.
Exactly.
I love her so
Not a
much.
successful day.
That's crazy.
She sleeps in her room a lot. Her office a lot.
Oh no!
So
So
wandering
you're
over...
saying she doesn't have a lot of successful days.
It's a Rel.
Ow.
She's now a hero of the realm. That would probably get her some.
It's still a Rel, and it's been
It's sort
10
of-
years.
just
That
because-
novelty wore off.
Just because she's famous doesn't mean she's good at using her fame. There's a
There
fine
was-
line between being famous and being able to use that.
There was a definite like golden years or so where she used to just be able to go, "Hi, I'm Arel. I saved the world." And boom, that was all. That's all she needed to say.
I'm curious about the
People
engagement
were
to
like, wait,
Aruna.
so which one were you? You were
What?
in that group?
Yes. Shush.
I really just want a scene to have. It's like, hi, I'm a hero of the realm. Oh my god, do you know Aruna?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Slow,
Or, like,
I
oh,
was
God.
engaged to him.
slow push in with the Curb Your
did that
Enthusiasm
break?
theme in.
I'm sorry, I'm really invested in the Aruna-Rel relationship, so...
Yes. Yeah. What happened with that?
Oh,
One of
everyone
the
is
four?
just still stuck in a ship, like
Oh.
perpetual fleet. That it's never going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean that was the thing. Everyone got a ship at
Oh,
some
I
point
feel
during
like
Realms.
Aruna would have tried to start planning the wedding, though.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh.
he did, but we had a talk.
Yeah, I was there for at least that talk because that
Yeah.
was like the same time that you blew up the bakery. Wasn't that the same period?
No.
Or those two
like,
separate events?
after
Part of
things
it-
that
part
Aruna
of
would have
it-
started being like, so what colors do you want?
So I was thinking like red, because it's like the Goron ruby, and then, you know, maybe
My
like
heart.
I know.
Purple for, like,
this
the
is
It's
shape.
making
so
me tear up.
wholesome. It's so wholesome.
here you go.
But
honey,
Arel
honey,
said
honey,
Aruna's
let's...
a romantic.
Arel probably tried to have a conversation with him at one point, and then every time after that, she just like left.
They're still planning their wedding.
Aruna's got like band
No,
lists.
that's
He's like,
just-
hey,
no, that's
did
just
you want to
tragic.
pick like I've got like a Rito like trio that they're supposed to be really good. Elias, we love you. So, as Zara, as you go off to visit Auntie Rel, you are very, very used to just kind of walking into her office, and she almost never has her door closed. And so as you just kind of walk in, you almost faceplant as you try the door handle and it's locked, and it has never been locked before. What would you like to do?
She's gonna take out her
Pick it.
exactly.
Mhm.
Except I liked your idea last time where I do want to see if I can put the
I'm gonna pick it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick it, and so I'm gonna wreck it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Wreck-It Ralph thing.
So I do like or I do
Welcome
want
to
to
the
try
game
putting
motto.
like either not it's the light right now into the lock and seeing if I can manipulate it to like pick it
Sure. Go ahead
or
and
like turn it into a key.
turn it into.
Wait,
a
you're gonna
key?
turn it into my friend?
Go ahead and make me a power roll.
No, that's a key, not a key.
But we are going to call this a difficulty 5 because as much as Arel doesn't use the locks, Kess was very insistent that the locks be very, very good. Because Kess thought that Arel would want to actually use the lock on her door.
You know,
What?
on occasion. Well, here's the thing: if you have someone in there with you, and you don't want, like, I don't know, someone walking in
Do you think Urel would have minded someone walking in?
when
Well,
there
that's
were
the
like
point.
potentially small children, or like, you know, your adopted. Yeah, actually, I do.
That's the point. Is that's like the
Zoraya
Kess
knows. The other children don't go that way.
the Kess mindset of course you would want a lock. Why wouldn't you want a lock? And she's going to be doing secretive things for the Tears Court. So all that stuff make perfect sense for Kess.
Yeah, not what the was not the thing.
Okay, so this is power, right?
Yep, power.
Okay, good, because I'm trained. Yes, I am actually. 18.
18.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. So as you sit there and you kind of finagle it, you are a little bit impressed because Arel taught you how to pick most locks. And so you do have kind of a respect for a very well-made lock. And this is a very, very well-made little lock. So you're like, wow, this is, like even Arel might actually have difficulty picking this. Click. But not anymore. And as you open it up, the room is empty.
Like completely empty? No couches or anything? There's no one in there.
She's never been there.
She's never been there. Arel,
Did you relocate?
The calls were coming from inside the house.
as you look around, I guess probably the first thing that you notice is Arel. I would never describe Arel as, messy or anything like that, but organization is not on the top of her priorities. And so there's always kind of a disheveled look to her office because she has
organized chaos. That's
Yeah,
really
she
weird.
knows where
is
everything is.
organized. Exactly.
But as you come in, like things are like she has an ingoing and outgoing box that has actual things in them, and like her couch, you can see all of it. As opposed to normally there would be just things piled all over it that when you look remarkably uncomfortable until you lay down on them and you realize that it's very comfortable and you don't understand how. So yeah, her office is tidy.
Yeah, this is weird. She's gonna lock the door and walk out.
Okay. So the rest of you, while you guys, as soon as you get out and you see like no one's here, you guys just kind of look for a second, and Zoraya pulls a Batman, and she was there once, and then she's gone. What do you guys want to do while she's going off investigating Arel's office?
Billy is going to be wandering around the building,
Mm-hmm.
humming whatever this world's version of the Mission Impossible theme song is to themselves. Thinking they're being sneaky.
I just think of you as like
Dilly sings that song
doing
a lot.
Kronk, like
Yes.
as people walk by, you going, "What the fuck?
Yep.
What are they doing?"
Because
No,
sometimes
look
you don't
at me.
actually need to be sneaky. You just need to be weird. And people will avoid you and just stop paying attention.
Agree with that full-heartedly. You don't need to be sneaky, just weird.
I will Dilly will go into Peter Gunn once the Mission Impossible theme is done. Just to be clear.
God, man, too many really awesome songs exist in the world. So yeah, as you guys are wandering around, you really not finding anything. You haven't run across anyone.
That's
walking
not at all
around.
terrifying.
It
Yeah.
is.
I do like Imp's comment that Arel would have one of those fake rocks with the key inside, just sitting outside the office door, just a single rock.
It's just random rock in a completely fabricated hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that fits.
Like
Or she puts it right on top of the ledge of the door and it's like super obvious.
you can see the key, like just peeking out.
Has tons of dust on it. It's never been touched before.
Because the room's
She actually
never
doesn't
been locked
use
before.
doors. That too. She just doesn't use doors in general most of the time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect that. I'm terrified by it, but respect it.
So there's another universe in which this door is always locked because Arel just doesn't need to use doors.
So as you guys are
but he's like, that's it.
writing notes, mental note. As you guys are wandering around, again, not finding anything. There's a few different areas that you guys can explore. There is the kind of training grounds, which consist of a little arena that you guys used to have training sessions in, and then a bunch of rooms around it that is everything from like an armory to kind of like an R&D for different items that you guys move. That's all in that kind of training area. There is the food and kind of leisure area, which includes the kitchen and all that stuff. There is the kind of office space scientific area, which is where Kes spends most of her time. There's a lot of labs and things like that for specifically not so much for the development part, but the research part is there. And then there's the dorms, which you guys have your own dorm, but there's also a few other ones for the people that either live too far away to commute or whatever. Where would you guys like to go?
After seeing Aunt Terrell's office being cleaned and organized, Lottie's gonna Zaria's gonna head straight to the kitchen to find Lottie.
Okay.
And see, like, even if she doesn't live on site and she went home, the kitchen should not have changed.
Okay.
She was very particular.
I want to go see who's actually staying in the dorms right now.
Okay. And Dilly, are you going to stick with Ina then?
I feel like, correct me if I am wrong, but with Dilly hugging the walls and singing like detective theme songs, would Ino just be like, and I'm just going to go ahead and go away from this? Or would Ino join in? Because Dilly's going to keep singing and hugging the wall.
Sorry. Arel hugs rocks. Dilly hugs walls.
I mean, I feel like you're making it more interesting. So I think
So as long as
Ino would join
willing
in
to
with
like
them.
be part of it, then
Yes.
Dilly is going with Ino.
But like with the mindset of when we actually get to where people might be sleeping, we go a little quieter.
A pianissimo on the singing.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Where I want it to be like in Gallivant, where we're like off on a secret mission. And it's secret.
Yes. Dilly's on
And-
board.
Every
Cool.
so often, you'll hear a key start to try and sing along in his little foxy.
Just a little like little trilly noise every now and then.
So yeah, as you guys get to the dorms, the dorms are empty.
Like completely.
As far as you can tell, there's a decent amount. There are 4 dorms that can house about 20 people each, and they're just like bunk beds kind of things. Those are all empty. There's a few other kind of doubles dorm rooms that are there. Like the bunk rooms are effectively for people that have been working long enough that they need to sleep, so they can just go you're not really assigned a bed. You just pick one that's there. And then there's also these kind of like 2 and 4 person smaller dorms that are actually assigned to people. And as far as you can tell, most of those have the doors closed right now. You guys haven't checked to see if they're locked yet, but just going over, all the doors are closed right now.
So it seems more empty than it has in the past, is really what I'm
Yes.
getting from this.
Normally,
Okay.
there's at least maybe 6 or 7 people in at least one of the bunk rooms because the Tears Corps works 24/7. So they have like 4 different shifts that people work on. So there's always somebody that's catching a cat nap in there.
Okay.
There's nobody.
Is curious and concerning.
What do you think?
I think that we didn't need to be quiet on the singing if no one's here.
I mean, some of the doors are closed. There could be people.
Sneak over
We're
to
up
the
on a
doors.
secret mission. Da, 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 da.
Secret?
then, like-
What?
And then trying one of the locked doors, but getting very like,
Secret.
So it takes you guys a few of the doors are actually
Jiraiya
locked.
just walked past them on their way to the kitchen and just go,
Yeah, I was kind of imagining that Zariah just walks and going, "But I found a secret. No, come with."
No, come on.
what is wrong with you?
So
She keeps
does,
walking.
has Mado joined the secret mission singers?
Important question. Can quickly fill me in what's going on?
The whole place is empty right now, and Aino and Dilly are off on a secret mission and are singing as they sneak around, while Zariah is heading towards the kitchen to.
There is
try-
not
Three-part
a lot.
harmony. Let's go.
There
I'm
is
joining
not
the
a lot
secret
to do
mission.
in this, in this place, and I just think it's strange that there's,
Has
Um,
Adesh decided to
reminded-
just sleep?
a dish is
I-
just sleeping.
I'm reminded of that scene from what was it, Gallivant, of them talking about
Oh,
the
baby,
secret mission.
That is
Sweet
exactly
bean.
what.
Is that what it
That's
is?
literally what we're
Yes.
referencing.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
So
Sorry, I was
um,
in the bathroom
I
during this.
started
So
with Mission Impossible. We hit some Peter Gunn. We're doing some Gallivant. We can get some
Who,
Axel
me?
Foley,
I
Pink
forgot.
Panther in there.
and then randomly March of the Baby Elephants.
Yes.
The what? The thing. Wait. Shh.
Pink elephants on parade.
Oh no.
So the first door you guys come to is locked, and if you want to just keep trying doors, you will eventually find one that's open, or you can attempt to break in if you want to go that route. So it's up to you guys.
No.
If we break the door, who
How
can we
many?
blame it
How
on?
many doors are locked?
You guys go through about 3 doors before you find one that's open.
And there's
And it's-
nothing in there.
And well, do you want to go in the one that's open?
Just want to go in at this point.
So as you kind of open it up, you see a single person that just kind of looks at you and just looks very strange as he's holding a pair of pants in his hand, halfway folded. Can I help you?
Does this someone look like they're one of the usual people who stay here, or
Yeah.
oh, this is the non-assigned? Okay.
Yeah, this particular one is one of the kind of assigned you the door that you came into is a four-person dorm. So this is someone that actually lives here, and he's just kind of looking at you with half-folded pants.
I don't know. Can you help us? Do you know why it's so quiet in here?
Probably because people are done packing.
Packing. Why are you packing? Are you leaving?
Maybe y'all probably want to go back to your dorm and just get some sleep, and everything will make sense in the morning. I swear.
So, you are packing up and leaving.
I mean, not really. It's just like, the drawers here, they're very, very dry, and so like your pants, you gotta take them out.
Except you
maybe.
just said the phrase.
Yeah, where are you going?
Everybody's finished packing up, which means
Yes.
You
Are
know,
we
there's-
moving?
I mean, in my defense, I didn't use the word up. I just said packing and then stopped talking because I wasn't supposed to say that.
And now you just admitted you said something you were supposed to say.
My guy,
can
you are
Dilly-
being
You're
very
really
sus right
good at
now.
Can
this.
Dilly go around the room going secret, and look for clues
And
while
he's
these
not.
conversations happening?
He's not acknowledging it at all. Like he's just. He's
But
just.
Dilly
He's
is
having a
looking for
conversation
clues.
with
It's
I
like
know.
this now.
Dilly's
Yeah,
looking
so-
for clues.
I am, of course, a master investigator.
I believe it. That's probably why they chose you as one of them tier walkers. Because I assume, like, I've never done the whole tier walking thing, but I assume, like, you go into a tier, you need to investigate lots of stuff.
This
So I
is
bet
true.
you-
You are very perceptive, my friend. So
My-
why do you think that they're having you pack up?
Well, I mean, there wasn't really a meeting or anything. They just, like, it worked its way through the grapevine that things are going to kind of just wind down for a little bit. And they said that we should probably go, like, talk to family and stuff like that. Maybe look for, like, seasonal work. I don't know. But, yeah.
Dilly has started going through the packed suitcase and bringing things out to check
Dilly.
on those.
And now
And
he
showing,
acknowledges.
like a shirt tomato.
And now he acknowledges, like,
Oh wow, that's
you
a good
like my
shirt.
shirts? Like that one?
Yeah.
That one's very comfortable. I prefer if you put it back.
Dilly is not very good at folding.
So as Dilly just sits there, is like, well, and then she just kind of balls it up and go. It's better if you roll it. If you roll it, it fits better.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm exact. That's what I was planning to do. Like the whole fold. I fold them and then I roll them. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I was planning to do. It's what I've been doing for the past hour.
Dilly
Definitely.
Dilly being part of the circus, I'd imagine she's very good at folding.
Large tent-like items, yes. Clothing more gets kind of just thrown
No, sorry, I was referring
Mm-hmm.
to
Folding people.
people.
Like
A contortionist.
in.
yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Thank you, dear friend. You have been most helpful.
I don't think anyone
about your
wants Dilly to try to fold this guy, though.
I mean,
So,
motto kind of.
y'all have like a reason to be here? Because I was told like they sent your food and you guys was like buttoned up for the night.
Oh, you know, we're just walking around. We just
We needed fresh air.
we wanted to feel like you know, if we were also going on seasonal work, that we were just like we want to, you know, say goodbye to the place.
Yeah, no, I get that completely. See, I was kind of upset when they said that like everything was ending because like I mean this was a real good job for past like. Well, I guess I've been here for 4 months now, and I mean, I was expecting to be here for years, and now they're just saying it's all over. I mean, I've got packing
No,
to do.
we are on the same page. You didn't tell us anything we didn't know.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's. Oh man, you always giving me a heart attack. They
No,
said we
I'm
weren't
so
supposed to say
sorry.
anything to you because you was gonna have that meeting, but they already told you. Then yeah,
I mean,
this is-
we're having official meetings still, you know, like they're having us dress up. It's going to be a whole thing, but you know, they didn't want to like surprise
man.
us or spring anything. You're fine. You didn't tell us anything we didn't
I
already
was sure
know.
I was gonna get an earful about this.
No,
Oh, man.
but you know, like we want the ceremony to be like a thing. Like, we're not very good at like when you just surprise us. So you know, they like to be like,
You
okay,
know-
this is what's coming, so we can have more appropriate, professional response. You know how
I
it
totally
is.
get that. I always assumed like with the royals and stuff like that, like anytime there was like a surprise birthday party or something like that, I always assumed they knew it because you can't have like the King of Hyrule just coming out and going, "Holy golly molly!" Like no one would trust him after that.
Exactly. Like, it just wouldn't be good.
See, they gotta look all regal and royal. So I guess, I mean, you guys aren't like royalty, but you're kind of royalty to us because you can do that whole tear
Oh,
walking
you're
thing.
so sweet.
Yeah, well, I got more packing to do, so let's
Oh yes,
y'all...
yes. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, no problem. Like
Do
I
you
don't
know
think...
if anybody else would be awake who might not be at the meeting tomorrow? I just want to make sure that I get to say goodbye to people.
To be perfectly honest, like I say,
Did most
right
of them
after
already leave?
right after dinner, I think the vast majority of people, like even the people staying in the dorms, like there's 4 people in here before, and I'm not the only one that's left, because it takes me forever to just pack, because I'm always thinking like I'm forgetting something, and so I'll pack my suit. Like this is the 4th time I packed this dang thing, because what happens, I put it all in there, and I go, wait a minute, did I remember to pack? And then instead of going around and looking for the thing, I'm trying to figure out if I remember to pack it or not, I go back in the suitcase, I just take everything out.
Billy is absolutely taking out the toiletries right now.
Just like she's doing right there. Like I did that like 6 times, so it just takes me forever, and now it's going to take me even longer. I'm real sorry to ask you guys to go, but she has just unpacked everything, and they've just unpacked everything.
Very, with the fingers, very curious. I'm very sorry to have bothered you. I'm very sad to hear we as I know is gently trying to grab Dilly and lead them back to the door of like, all right,
Midwest
Dilly, let us go. And then also being like, so do you know if they're coming back for the meeting or are they just gone?
I wasn't told to come back. They said if they needed us back, they'd contact us. So
I am very sorry to hear that. I wanted to say goodbye, but
I'd
you have a lovely trip home, and I hope we see each other soon.
Oh, most definitely. Like I'll make sure I come back every so often just to check in on things. See if I can get Lottie and make me another one of them pumpkin soups. That was good stuff right there.
This soup was amazing. It will haunt me for the rest of my days.
I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, y'all have a good time.
You as well.
He closes the door.
As they step out, Aino smiles to Dilly, looking so pleased with herself, and is like, "Did you see what I did there? Did you see?"
Dilly's gonna say, "Do you see what I did there?" and pull out one of the toiletries.
She has a toothbrush.
Nice.
Okay, but I see what you did. I don't see why you did it.
I see the what. I don't know the why.
You know the why.
While all of this is happening, Zariah, as you get to the kitchen, one thing that Lottie prides herself in is her kitchen is spotless. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of a dinner rush, her kitchen always looks good. And so as you could come in, you expect to see a spotless kitchen, and you do. However, you notice that it doesn't seem to be stocked. Like generally around this time, you have people prepping for tomorrow's stuff, and they're restocking things that were used while dinner service is going on. And it's not like it's empty or anything like that, but you're definitely going, wait a minute, we don't have more demi-glace, and nobody's prepping the vegetables for tomorrow morning, and I don't see potatoes being shredded for hash browns, and by the way, thank you both Sarah and Walugini for my intrusion tokens. I am keeping track of them, and they may be being used a lot.
Guys,
Clearly,
he has like
he
50
needs
now.
more.
Yeah.
Why?
You forget that Imp is here, and that's all he gives.
He gives you guys
Right.
stuff too.
It used to be I got some wonderful and lovely things from Imp, and now they all go to Jody.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how it
Yep.
goes.
I guess our friendship is just
So yeah, like
dust in the wind.
the answer, my friend, is giving Kira lots of shit. The
Aw.
answer is giving Kira
What
shit.
kind how is that phrase? Are
You
we
can
giving
decide
stuff,
how you
or are
want.
we giving you shit?
I do
I
intrusions
don't
when
wanna-
Elias abuses his authority. So yeah, Zariah, you can see, and again, normally, especially with the size of the Tears Corp, there is generally anywhere between about 4 to 12 people prepping for the next day.
Were the sandwiches brought back to the room?
They were brought to you guys.
Did we eat them, or did we leave before they got there?
No,
I
you
know.
ate
I
them
thought
first.
we
were
ate them.
eating.
Yeah.
They were very good.
Okay.
All right. So for some reason,
Sure, I was gonna go
They-
back and find them.
Okay.
Something is wrong.
I can tell you what's wrong. They're closing everything down.
Zariah's
So-
not with you yet.
Yeah,
Oh.
so as you guys are kind of wandering, Zariah, you saw the rough direction and you heard the direction that they were going.
Oh no, I walked past them.
Yeah, so you kind of go back and you see all of them kind of. It doesn't seem like they're dun dun da da anymore, but they seem to be having a decently lively conversation. And you guys watch as Zariah comes over, and you can see Zariah has kind of like a puzzled look on her face as she's walking over.
Hey, what's up?
I think Zariah knows at this point that things are shutting down, so it's not puzzled. It's more like concerned.
Okay. So Zariah has a concerned look on her face.
Hey, Zariah, you good?
I take it you didn't find anything more hopeful than we did.
I doubt it.
This is getting weird.
Everyone in the dorms, for the most part, has already left. They've packed up everything, and as far as our very clueless friend, very easy to trick. I don't know how many people know about this lying thing, but it is a little concerning how easy it was to do.
I was about to say, Jax was very surprised that I was going to make a comment about how Aino was giving Zariah a hard time about lying, and now she's just fluent.
I mean, to be fair, she didn't technically lie because she had already figured out that people were gone by the time, because he'd already made something slip. And then it's like, oh, you're not telling me anything I haven't already known. And then he told me things that I didn't know.
That's
So
true.
technically, it was
But
a
then he
half
wanted to
truth.
say goodbye.
Also, he wasn't the sharpest. He was
He
not
was not.
No,
the intellectually superior.
nah.
His his particular job was on the janitorial crew. So
He was a janitor. Oh, we don't keep
hardworking,
pets here.
very observant, but was not hired for his brains.
Don't keep pets in this campaign. We don't have a boat. Okay.
So
So, you know, concerning.
Yeah, what's also concerning is the kitchen's mostly empty and Aunt Terrell's door was locked. And the inside was tidy.
I don't know why, but they're trying to. They're going to shut things down, and I
I
think,
think
that is
they
a very
are
big
shutting
mistake.
things down.
All right, let's argue grammatical tense. That would be no. Point thing.
Trying to shut things down versus
but-
actually shutting things down. They're two different concepts.
But the
Well,
guys,
it's not fully shut down right now. Never mind. I'm not having this argument with you. My point is,
But
I
why
think this is a
wouldn't
very
they
big mistake.
tell us?
I think they're telling us
Like-
too much.
The guy made it very clear, like, that we were shut up in our room the rest of the night, and that there is an expectation that we wouldn't know about this.
They don't want us to continue tier walking.
I think that is a big mistake.
Then I say we should go to the next tier on our own.
Soraya,
Dilly,
how do you feel about kidnapping?
I'm not against it.
How would you feel about kidnapping
right
your
reasons.
mother?
Which one?
Yes.
I mean, that would be slightly less murderous than the other one.
True.
Look, here's
I'm
the
not
thing.
against
sorry.
it.
Cass
We shut down
used to
the
take her
tears.
hook shot and shoot people's hearts out of their chest.
Yep.
Still
Hitting them
not
with
don't
straight
do
murderous
arrow.
than Volta.
That's that. Both
Only
are
when
murderous.
Only when provoked.
I think
Cass
I
was-
think right now
Cass
Zolta's
was
the less.
Scorpion.
I think right now Zolta's the less murdery of the parents.
Wow.
I know she doesn't use her
Right.
life train on
Zolta
the kids.
went
Crazy.
to therapy.
But Mom,
Lied.
Mama Cass definitely will use her hook shot on you to bring you back.
Yes.
I
Back
put this
into
in
the
chat
room.
because the question was about how Gary, Larry, and Jerry are doing. So just to be clear, they are in their full Gleeok state, and they are doing wonderfully, and all the kids love playing with them.
Aw.
Fantastic.
It's like when
So
dogs meet kittens and they're like really, really careful with them.
Can't relate.
So I think we
imagine
need to get in contact with Aunt Terrell so that she can shuttle Mother over here. Because she's definitely not against moving someone against their will.
So wait, would it be easier to kidnap Zolta? Because if we just told her that you were hurt or something, she would probably come really quickly, right?
That seems like very dangerous.
No, let's not do that. Because then she'll arrive and I will be hurt. So, let me see if we can get in contact with Aunt Terrell. Because she can always help us move. But why would we kidnap her?
Yes, I wasn't entirely sure about that part of your plan, Billy.
I'm keeping our options open.
Oh,
Cass accompanied us for the first thing and helped get us there and back again.
yes, but it would also seem like she would do a harder shutdown if she knew that we were trying to, one, investigate what was going on, but two,
Yeah.
potential, like, if any potential that we did want to try and leave, she would shut everything down
Yeah.
even more.
But Cass is kind of the problem here, right? I mean,
I don't think it's just Cass. I think it's
Eki is the one who listened in on that conversation, though, and Cass was the one who was going hard on having problems with the last place we were in.
Well, but we didn't hear the full conversation, and if they shut everything down, I doubt it was just Cass pushing.
But Cass can also persuade all of them. So if we change Cass's mind.
She can, but they've been doing this for how many years now? Do you think it would have been easy just to say, oh no, everyone, let's pack up from the meeting today?
I just
If it
think
was
it's
just Cass.
useful to know that you are on board with kidnapping one of your parents if it's necessary.
I mean, it's not like kidnap and torture.
No,
It's just kidnap. It's just moving, temporarily moving
maybe
locations. So it's
psychological
not,
torture. but-
it's not kidnapping. It's just temporarily moving locations. Then she can go back when she
probably with
wants.
bound hands and a hook shot that's hidden.
Would we have to bind her hands?
I mean, this
What
seems
are you
a
going to
little
do with my mother?
This seems a little extreme right now. I mean, we could try, the persuasion, and she's a very logical woman, your mother. I feel like this is a conversation we could have that does not require,
I think we should just be
Oops,
ready and make sure that we're all on the same page about kidnapping.
I'm a little concerned at how quickly your resolve goes to kidnapping.
Look, sometimes children are insane and they run around, and the best way is to glue them to a chair to get yourself some peace and quiet.
What is that?
Dilly, I used to think that Zolta made terrifying mother, but now I am convinced you should never be parent.
I don't want to ever be a parent. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That is apparent that you don't want to be a
Yeah.
parent. Eki thinks that's hilarious. You guys are all dumb.
I smiled wider at that.
Motto claps. Good
So-
joke.
If you guys do want, Kess does have, attached to Kess's office, she does have her own residence, because she literally lives here, and would have it no other way, despite the fact having a lovely a home wherever her and Zulta decided to settle down.
with lots of children and a pet
With-
Gleeok.
I have a Gleeok.
She
She-
sleeps in her office instead of with her fishwife.
She goes home on weekends. But when
Zolta
she
uses the money. It's fine.
when she gets really into something, she can be here for like a week and a half and kind of forget that she has she
Something
hasn't
tells me
left.
at this point she's probably not still here. She probably went home.
Well, then maybe we should wait till tomorrow morning, but I don't know what we can do. Tonight, anyway.
We could go to a new world.
All right, let's follow
whole
the
new
line of
world?
this mindset for a minute. First of all, we
Dazzling
don't know where
place, you've
we
ne-
don't really know where another tier is, to my knowledge, right? Right?
Well, there are
Yeah.
tiers all over the sky.
Cool, but we need their equipment to get up to them, and if they are shutting everything down, how do we get back? And
Well,
So I think the best thing really is to get Aunt Terrell here, and we can convince her, talk to her, and she is very easily persuaded and not the brightest crayon in the box. So,
but I don't want to wait till
As
the
much as
morning
I love her,
because then
which
the
is why I'm
equipment will
saying
be
let's
shut
get to her
down.
now.
Yeah.
When you guys went on your first tier walking, you did kind of observe. Basically, what happened is they point. There's a big wheel up there that allows them to effectively point the portal at a tier. And so the basics of it, as long as it has power, you just point it at the tier you want to go to, turn it on, and it transports you there. So you guys have a basic understanding of how it works.
How can I reach Aunt Terrell?
It's a fantastic question. I was wondering, that was going to be my next question is, how
I
would
imagine-
you?
But I imagine after them being together for so long, there would have been something. Some
Absolutely.
means to.
Unfortunately for you right now, you are light powered, and the way that you generally contact her is through your connection to shadows.
Forgot about that. How then?
so,
how does...
if we go to other world, your logic behind this is we come back with information. One, that it forces them where they can't shut it down because we're missing, but also maybe we can find evidence that it is not all bad. Is that your thinking, or?
they're trying to prevent us from going then. Now,
No, I get that, but what? I just feel like if we don't have a plan, if we just run into a new tier, we're not really helping them maintain. We're just delaying it.
So if we kidnap Cass and bring them into the new tier,
You can't.
can't.
But you. That the whole point of that, Dilly, is only we can go through.
Mhm.
That's.
I wish we had more tech where they could watch us from the new tier.
so I imagine the base has something to. Like, did they give Arel like an Applebee's pager where there can be like, oh, thank you, watch just like that.
That's
The
third.
Heroes of the Realm, Kess has a couple different ways that she keeps in contact with her former kind of partners. Like, she did develop, because I remember in the last campaign, one of the things that Kiri wanted Kess to make was effectively walkie-talkies, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So she did develop something like that. Each member of the Heroes of the Realms has one, so that she can always. And so it's another thing that Kess uses when she can't make it home, is she can just call up, hello fishwife, let me talk to the kids. So it's not like she's abandoning her family. She just gets very focused here. So that's generally when they need to get in contact with Rel. They use the kind of walkie-talkies. You guys have not been given those because as much
not
as 10
special.
years have passed, it's still relatively advanced tech. that Kess hasn't quite yet decided to make commonplace.
But even Zariah? As
Um,
often as she goes off and how she knows that Aunt Terrell probably would not have brought a communication device with her.
I would say you probably know where Arel keeps her communication device better than Arel does. Which would normally be somewhere in her office when it's disheveled. If you want to go back to her office and see if you can find it, you are welcome to. But that would also mean that Arel doesn't have it.
Doesn't have it, yeah. Where would Aunt Terrell be right now? It's far too broad of a question.
Hmm.
As you all are kind of pondering, where specifically are you guys? Have you gone back to your dorm, or are you just kind of chilling somewhere random out in the open? Like where? Because you guys met
In the hallway.
kind of outside between one of the buildings. So did you guys wander back to your dorms? Or are you just chilling in the quad? Like where do you guys see yourselves right now?
I assume not in.
Where
the
do you
dorms.
see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah.
Heh.
Well, hopefully we've beaten this damn campaign, but who knows? Took us 6 years last time.
Hey, don't worry about it.
It's a mood.
Luckily, there's only 6 levels in this game, so...
It's alright, Jody. We can still beat that now that you've given us the challenge.
12 years later.
Later.
Heh.
So, just quick question. Are you guys in the quad? Are you in your dorms?
Not the dorms.
Okay.
Our dorms, at least.
So, you guys are out. As you guys are sitting there, why don't you all give me power checks for perception? Which I believe, at least
Power?
I know, is trained in.
I'm trained in that.
I am not trained in that, so
It's
I'm
going to be...
specialized in it now, motherfuckers.
Ooh. It's going
What
to
is
be-
the difficulty?
It's going to be a difficulty 4.
I got a 2.
Oh, I'm trained in that.
If I'm
Um,
specialized, does that bring it down immediately, or?
It brings it down 2 steps. Trained brings it down 1 step.
Yeah,
Specialized
but when
brings it
I
down
roll,
2.
when I roll through it, does that mean?
So the way using your skills works is if I ask you for a roll to do something, you can say,
Yes.
well, I'm trained in this. Can I use this? And that would just lower the difficulty by
Yes,
whether
my
you're trained or
love.
specialized.
I'm asking about roll 20s. I'm not rolling manually for once.
Uh-huh. Oh,
So
you,
it should
you
just
could just...
roll a d20.
Yeah,
and
you
then
could just
it's
make the roll and
Oh, because it actually lets me put in difficulty and stuff.
yeah, put in the challenge rating 4. If it's built into roll 20, it should automatically lower it for you.
Okay.
So
Okay,
you-
that's what I was asking. I didn't want to
Oh,
lower
yeah.
it to down to 2 because I was already specialized in it.
Yeah,
and then
because then it would
have it
be
go, yeah.
an instant win.
That's what I didn't want to do.
Yep. No,
and-
roll 20 will factor in your training if you use the right button.
18.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you're perfectly okay. What about Dilly and Maddow?
Kestrel Kindles.
So I'm trained. So what level difficulty is this?
Difficulty 4. So
Okay, which
train
means I
will bring
need
it
a
down
12?
to a 3. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so with training, that means I need a 9. Well, I got a 13, so
Cool.
that's nice.
quick question. So every quote unquote rest, your current like values go up to what your pool is, right?
Yes.
Cool. Asking as a side question, I rolled a 2.
Cool.
I rolled
No.
a 2 as well. We tied.
Hey!
Both
I
Soraya
appreciate-
and Maddow are kind of having a conversation. You guys are conversation's not really getting heated at this point, but you guys are getting a little bit more kind of intensely into your conversation, trying to kind of figure out, okay, do we want to try and escape? If we want to get up to the platform, we've got to find one of those teleportation devices that Kess made, and where are we supposed to find it? Is Kess going to get mad if we do that? Have you ever seen her
Yeah.
use that hook shot? It's not fun. and all that stuff is happening. However, I know you notice it first as you're sitting here and you're listening to it. You suddenly, like out of the corner of your eye, you see some movement, and at this point, it is dark, and there's not a ton of lights lighting up the place right now. But you do notice because there's a wall outside the entire facility, and you do notice just out of the corner of your eye some movement over one of the walls, and you see kind of something silhouetted against the night sky. And as you kind of look for it again, it's gone. And then Dilly, you kind of notice that Aino seems to be distracted by something more so than normal.
Hey. Just because it's true doesn't mean it's not rude.
And as you kind of follow her gaze, you don't see anything. And then you just kind of casually glance over and you see, again, silhouetted against the night sky, you see a figure moving around that as soon as you kind of focus on them, they're gone. What would y'all like to do?
I brandish the toothbrush as a weapon.
Okay.
I think I look at you brandish it and I'm like, yo, wait, what's going on? Looking very confused.
Latest sidekick stroll from K-Mobile. I love it, Imp.
There's something odd going on over there.
Interesting. I guess I go look in the direction that they were looking.
So you can tell you don't see anything. It's night, so it's relatively dark. And Aino seems to be referencing one of the walls. And it looks very wall-like. Seems to be perpendicular to the ground. So
just kind of looks good to me. It looks like it's just the wall.
There's something wrong with the wall.
Can I throw the toothbrush at the wall?
Sure. It
He's
bounces
a
against
shadow
the wall.
person.
As you say that,
On the wall?
Zariah, I'd like you to make me a wisdom defense roll.
That's not good.
Yes, I am. Does a nat 20 do anything?
So, figure out what you want for your player intrusion for that, or for your major effect for that. But as you're thinking about that, I know you're sitting there going, something is wrong, and then you hear this kind of whooshing, rhythmic whooshing sound. This, and you personally have not used bolas a ton, but you are familiar with the sound they make because it was one of the kind of dangers you guys would have to deal with when you were training. And you look over and you can see a figure that you can't really make out because it's still very dark has just thrown a bola towards Zariah. And you very quickly just kind of yell out for Zariah. And Zariah, without even thinking, you just kind of lean and you feel the bola just kind of swing past you and smack and scatter on the ground. And do you have a major effect in addition to that?
I don't.
Okay.
I was trying to think of how. Go ahead.
Well, it could be, again, since you effectively have light powers, if you wanted to, because no one can currently see where it came from, maybe your major effect is you instantly kind of turn on and just outline the thing that has thrown it at you. So you like that or something else?
I kind of want Soraya to give chase.
Sure. With a major effect, we could do that. So let's say this way. How about your major effect? Why don't you go ahead and make me an attack roll. I would assume a courage attack against the figure that just tried to attack you. And let you choose what kind of weapon you create to close the distance.
16 and
Okay.
a hook shot.
I will say hook shot a little bit more advanced than what you could make.
Dang it.
If you wanted like a whip or something like that, you could definitely make that with your light molding.
I bet if you
powers.
asked your mom
Eventually.
for a hook shot, she would get teared up and so excited.
Probably.
Like, yes, baby, I will get that for you.
Here's
I'll
my
get you
first
2.
hook shot.
Babby's first hook shot.
Aw.
She would take a month where she would just go, like, you guys would go around to like battlefields where there were broken guardians. You go, okay, pick out your parts.
Like a Build-A-Bear, but with a hook shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
So what did you want to like whip it, or did you want a more
Good. Sure, whip it.
Okay, cool.
Whip it. Whip it
So you
good.
guys-
Done.
So you guys watch as Zariah kind of dodges out of the way, and in the same motion, you watch as she grabs for her rod of shadow control. And as she does, you watch her just kind of place her hand on the end, and you watch as kind of the highlights from her armor and just everywhere where like the moon reflects off of her clothing, you watch as they just kind of slowly or very quickly move down her arm. And as she goes, you watch as she just extends this long whip, and then she kind of spins around and goes, and you watch as a figure wearing relatively skin-tight clothing and a mask with an upside down eye symbol with a teardrop going upwards, sits there and starts trying to wrestle with this whip that has been wrapped around its throat. And you can see they're trying to pull something else out to throw at it. But I'd like everyone to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh dear.
I forgot how we do this.
There's literally an initiative thing.
Here's a button that says initiative.
Okay, I'll just roll and roll 20, and then I'll stare at what it does.
Bat.
Oh, it's
on.
negative.
I rolled a
How?
-2.
Also, where's the initiative button? There's the initiative
You
button.
can't
Okay.
roll a -2. That's not
Apparently, if you have an inability in initiative,
Oh!
Wait, so
That
it's
is-
just a straight up D20 roll.
All rolls are D20 rolls. In the thing that changes is not the D20; it is the difficulty class. If you're trained at initiative, it makes it easier for you to go before the bad guys. The way initiative works is you guys roll, and bad guys have a target number. If you roll higher than
Right,
the target
it's
number, you go
group.
first. If you roll lower than it, you go after them.
Got it. Okay.
And if you want to spend effort to get a better initiative roll, it is a wisdom roll for initiative.
Got it.
So that being said, Mata, what you got for me?
7.
7. Cool. Zariah?
17.
Cool. Dilly?
11.
11. And I know.
-2.
-2. I didn't know there was a negative thing you could do, but that's awesome.
I believe the issue is that you got a natural 1 on the D20.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, probably.
flabbergasted.
so,
But I also don't understand all the... Oh, I see now.
So, Zariah, you're the only one that is able to act before everyone else. And as you look, you can see this Yiga clan figure is reaching for another weapon that it looks like they're about to try and throw at you.
So before he can do that, Soraya is going to sort of tighten the tension on the whip and like yank him towards her.
Sure, go ahead and make me a strength check. Or not strength, how about
That's what-
courage?
Skill?
Just a courage roll. If you have a skill that you think applies to it, you can. Otherwise, just it's a courage roll.
Okay, I got a 17.
Okay, give me just 1 second. From Sarah Effing Guzman, I know. Take a player intrusion token. So yeah, as you sit there and you grip them, you see him pulling out what just looks like a throwing knife, and you're just like, no. And you yank, and you watch him flip over and land on the ground in front of you. And what'd you say it was a 17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. We'll do it this way then. As he lands on the ground, you watch as the mask that he's wearing is knocked off. And you see the face of a relatively older Sheikah man who's sitting there and kind of looking at you with this strange, like, he doesn't look angry and he doesn't look scared, but he seems to recognize you.
He didn't recognize us before he threw it.
He seems to recognize you now, and it's possible that he recognized you before, and that's why he threw the bowl at you.
Yeah.
So, that
How
being
do you
said,
seem pleased with that?
he is, he's going to realize that he's in an extremely bad position, and he is going to throw a smoke bomb down and try to escape.
Even though he still has the whip wrapped around him.
Absolutely. So I'm going to have you make me another courage check to see if you can keep him kind of pinned there. Because I don't have to roll anything in this system. It's all you guys.
Must be nice.
Must
13.
be nice. It must,
Must
be,
be
nice.
nice to have Washington on your side.
Every action has its equal opposite reactions. Thanks to Hamilton.
So you guys see this huge cloud of smoke kind of fill the room, and I am going to use one of my GM intrusion tokens. You are able to kind of keep it taut.
Are you though?
I am. I just did it.
But can't we cancel you out with one of ours?
If you
Yes,
would like to, you can do that.
I mean, maybe you aren't able to use that GM intrusion and token.
Okay. Well, I still use it. You just cancel the effect. So the GM intrusion token's gone. But so is one of your player intrusion tokens.
I know.
So, as that was happening, you feel something around your feet as he seems like he's trying to kind of foot trap you and knock you over. And you just kind of step back slightly and pull it a little bit and kind of shake your head no.
His Zerai is cool.
Bad puppy.
And he was about to try and whistle, but my GM intrusion token got taken away from me. So we're going to go Dilly. What
Got my
does
friend's
Dilly want to
backs.
do?
I promise I'll do something cooler than that. I just.
You guys haven't gotten to cancel one of my GM intrusions yet. It was a
think
cool
because
thing.
people forget that we can do that.
Yeah,
No, I think we did once.
it's possible. But, Dilly, whether it's possible or not, you get to do something cool. What would you like to do? Oh, I should probably turn on the battle music.
So they're tied up and can't speak right now.
Not really can't speak. They're having difficulty breathing.
Semantics.
Yes.
But it looked like they were trying to do some kind of noise.
Yeah, it looked like, well, you saw them throw the smoke bomb. It looked like they were trying to go away. And then you watched as they tried to put their fingers in their mouth to, you would assume whistle.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume that there are others around then.
Sure.
Trying to figure out how to turn the secret song into
Battle,
there's more of
battle. No.
them. Can I hold action in this?
I mean, it's not technically an effect, but if you want to use your action to kind of prep for something, Like,
I would like to prep for more enemies.
okay. Did you want to try and look around and see if you could find more enemies?
Oh shoot, they're all invisible.
I wouldn't go invisible as much as it's just very, very dark and they're wearing dark clothing.
Well, why would they need a whistle if the enemies are close enough to see?
I don't know.
Makes a very valid point.
Sus.
That's terrifying. Like, wait, so is his whistle, is it an actual whistle or is it a whistle?
Whistle, fingers.
Dang it. Not me hoping I could get him to accidentally swallow it with a
Hello?
If he swallows his fingers, we have a larger problem.
I'm not gonna.
That is
We're gonna move
very
on.
much a Zulta solution.
I
I'm
did not
scared.
come out with that nightmare fuel. I had a toothbrush.
Mom,
he would
pick me
swallow
up.
the
I'm
toothbrush?
scared.
Mom, pick me up. I know you mean like having someone literally like come and pick you up from school, but I literally just thought you're like uppies.
So back
never
to
know.
Dilly. If you'd like to kind of look around for other people, I'll just have you make me a power check.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look for more enemies.
Cool.
What's the difficulty?
For this, it's going to be a difficulty 5.
Cool.
They are very good at being hiding.
And I have to spend my edge too.
Yeah, you need to
Reduce that,
choose
right?
to spend your edge before you make the roll.
Okay. And so it's 18. So I'm definitely going to spend edge. And I can't spend more than my effort, right?
Yes, you have to. Effort is what you can spend. Edge is the thing that makes things cheaper. But yeah, you can't put more effort than your maximum effort, which is either
Okay.
1 or 2.
Well, because we advanced recently, it's now 2.
Cool. So if you wanted to spend 2 levels of effort, the first level of effort costs 3, the second level costs 2. So it'd be a grand total of 5 minus any edge you have in power.
Don't mind me as I'm still just looking at certain things.
Okay.
Would this count as seeing through deception?
No. Good try, but no. If you had seeing through people hiding, maybe.
Hiding is just another way of lying.
Very Ron Swanson idea.
Hiding
Except for
is
skim
just
milk,
another
which
way
is
of
lying.
lying.
About being milk. And I don't have any effort tokens right now. Okay. So, the first one costs 3. What does the second one cost?
2.
Okay.
So there's a grand total of 5 if you want both levels.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to do that then.
And since you have an edge of 2 in power,
Yes.
that would reduce that 5 down to a 3.
Okay, then I'm not going to do that because that's now 9 that I need to roll, right? Above 9.
Yeah, if you reduce it to
Because the edge reduces it by 2, right?
Yep. If you
Okay.
use 2 levels of effort. So effort is what you use to reduce things. Edge is how much you take off when you spend power points. Or when you spend points. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. So edge, anytime you spend things from your power pool, you can subtract whatever that number is by 2, which is how many edge you have in power. So if you wanted to spend a level of effort to decrease the difficulty, it would normally cost 3. Because you have an edge of 2, it only costs you 1.
Okay. So if I use 2 effort and I have 2 edge and power, how much
3.
is 3 off of the pool? Okay.
Yep.
Well, did I need to do any of that? No, because I got a 19.
19. Cool. You do get a minor effect for that. Looking around, you notice that you do see a little bit more movement in quite a few different places. You can see some people are starting to jump over the wall about 200 feet away. There is a main gate that you can see is being opened by someone from the inside that is also dressed in Yiga clan clothing. And you also see from the far side of the facility that there are more people hopping the wall over there. So with that information, is there anything you want to do?
We probably need to get somewhere safe. Like now.
Agreed.
There's a lot of them coming right now. Like
Time to run. Time to go.
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to head back to the? Do you want to try to run? Do you want
Is
to?
Adesh still in the dorms?
Yes, Adesh has been sleeping through all of this.
Well, we're gonna have to warn him.
Okay. Dilly is going to automatically run back to the dorms since Adesh is there.
Okay.
To warn them so they don't die.
Cool. Mata, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna just flat out just to kind of bolt.
Okay.
And join the rest of them in running.
Okay, and you're heading for the dorms with Dilly then?
Yeah, I'll go join, and just in case someone else kind of like tries to cut him off.
Okay, sure. I know. You don't get to go till tomorrow, so. No, I know. What do you want to do?
No, I respect that. You mean, I'd probably go with him.
You were able to roll a negative number on in a system where you don't add or subtract anything from the D20. It is impressive. No, legitimately, what would you like to do for your turn?
I'm gonna follow them, I guess.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys are all able to kind of run back to the dorms. Zariah, going back up to the top of the order, the rest of your friends have run off towards the dorms while you still have this dude choked and leashed in front of you. I need to stop giving you the ability to kind of be in a dominant position. I think this is going to your head.
You also
No, you
walk
don't.
into these descriptions. I don't know what you're...
Yeah, you did this.
You set this up. Thank you.
This was a choice.
Is he still conscious? Is he like?
Yeah, he's still conscious. He's just very much upset with you.
Oh, that's a shame.
However, you do still get the idea that he somehow recognizes you.
How many people did Dilly say? Did they say were around us?
They didn't really specify numbers, but
Dilly said
beyond
a lot.
a
And it was a very intense a lot.
Gotcha. Okay, Zariah is going to dang it. Like, just glare at this guy and try and remember what his face looks like
Okay.
and recall.
Are you not going to try and drag him?
I was going to, but I don't know how well I could run.
You
so
have shadows.
Lift.
I have
No,
light.
she's light.
I have
Oh.
light.
What
You could blind them.
Can you
I
make
can-
him lighter?
I was thinking about that. Can
Amazing.
Can I? Oh, but I don't want them to know that. Dang it. Because how far are we from the dorms? Or from?
I'm gonna basically say, since you kind of have this wrapped up, that it'll take you a minute or two to get to the dorms, but we won't be going like round by round. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
I was going to try and drag him. So.
Okay, if you want to drag him, that's going to... Well, dragging him, you are going to end up injuring him if you just drag him by his throat.
That doesn't matter.
Injury versus death.
He tried to throw a knife at us, and
Absolutely. I'm clarifying that if you try to drag him by his neck, there's a very good chance that you will be dragging a corpse by the time you get to the dorms. So if you want to keep a corpse,
If you want to decide which mother you want to be more like right now.
Yeah, neither of those sound like a bad option.
Do you want someone you can interrogate
'Cause
or
there's gonna be
someone you
clues on
can
his
use for a
body.
blood sacrifice? Like, these are your
Well, I mean,
options.
he's already
No, as a threat to the others. He serves as a warning.
I don't know how to respond to anything that's going on right now. My brain's not ready for this kind of conversation in the morning.
Good morning.
And
good
yet it's
morning.
the only ones we usually have.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's time
funny
for
how that works
murder.
out.
Yeah, if I could somehow manage to get it where it's not going to kill him, maybe make him pass out, like just enough tension.
Well, if you want,
Get his fixation.
instead of dragging him by his throat, if you want to pick him up and maybe, like, restrain him and drag him, that would be very different than just leaving the whip wrapped around his throat as you drag him behind you like cans behind
the
a
whip,
just married car.
the whip changes into like the dog harness.
We say that's probably a little bit more advanced than your shuttle molding right
Do you have
now.
an intrusion token? Do you have an intrusion token?
I do.
Do it.
Oh
But no, if
God.
you want to restrain him and bring him with you, just
Okay.
give me a courage check.
Okay.
We'll call it a difficulty.
More and more like your aunt every day.
I'll add on a difficulty. It'll be difficulty 5, just because it's a little bit difficult to kind of drag him and run at the same time.
So courage, I have an edge in courage, so it
Yep.
reduces it down to 4. And then, if that's just
No,
Okay.
edge reduces how much it costs for you to spend effort.
So if you spend an effort, it costs less.
Yeah, if you spend an
because of your
effort,
edge.
it would reduce it to 4.
Oh,
Right,
Oklahoma.
but if I have 1 effort and 1 edge,
That would mean it costs you 2 courage points to spend an effort. Again, edge reduces the amount of points you spend whenever you spend them.
okay.
It
and
doesn't
then-
help they both start with E.
I know.
It doesn't. Well, I'm gonna just write to the people that make the cipher system that I can't remember right now. I'm going to tell them, why the hell did you use 2
Why are there so many
words
E's?
that use the letter E? It's not like it's the most commonly used letter in the English alphabet.
Enabler, edge,
Still though,
effort, XP.
because edge and effort interact so much, it becomes confusing.
Yeah.
So
that's
anyway,
exactly
if you want to spend a level of effort to reduce it, it'll cost you 2 courage points.
Okay. Then, can I use my player intrusion token?
Sure, what would you like that to do?
If I could manipulate the whip instead of going around his neck, just sort of get it to, like, I don't know, snake down under his arms. Does that make sense?
Sure. Your ability to control light is limited to molding it. You don't have like psychic control over it as of right now. But what you could do
So it
is
changes
just
to a claw grip.
what you could do
around
is
his
just kind of pull pull him to his feet, and as he's reeling, you basically just kind of unwrap it and rewrap it so it's around his chest, and then just start going really fast. And I'll say with a player intrusion token that will reduce it. Let's give you 2 assets for that, so it'll bring it from a 5 to a 3.
Okay. 19.
19. Yeah, totally fine. You have a minor effect on that too.
Yeah, you
so.
do.
So yeah, you just start running, and the rest of you guys are able to get to the dorms without too much difficulty. As you get there, you can see I guess the question I have for you guys: did you lock your the common room door when you left, or did you leave it open?
I feel like we didn't lock it.
We didn't lock
Yeah,
it.
we-
I don't
Okay.
think we would have locked it.
So as you come back, you can see your door is wide open, and you can see 3 Yiga clan members starting to open up your doors, and they just haven't gotten to Adesh's room yet. And they kind of look it over, and they look and see that you have a Yiga clan member, and everyone looks very, very confused.
Can my minor effect be just as soon as we see them and see the poor state of the man that I'm dragging?
Mhm.
Can they just like lock up for a second as soon as they see us?
Absolutely, they can be kind of dumbfounded about what's going on.
I didn't choose my minor effect either.
So we'll deal with that later. I want to keep things going as smoothly as we can. So as you all get there, I'll say that all of you guys can take an action before they can do anything. There are 3 Yiga clan members in front of you and 1 bound Yiga clan member trailing behind Zariah. Zariah, you are up first. What do you want to do? Don't move. They haven't seen us. Yes, we do. Ignore them. They're bluffing.
Yep. Can I throw the Yiga clan that I'm dragging at the other two?
Absolutely. Make me a courage check.
Okay.
It'll be difficulty 4.
Okay, so I'm going to. So I need to do that anyway. Take 2 down, and I'm going to use my effort for this one because I got a 13.
Definitely, yeah. So, you guys kind of watch, and they all, like, they look at each other, they look at him, and you see him start to speak, and you're like, nope! And you just, boom! And you watch as he goes, whoa! Boom! And he knocks out one, and they both kind of hit the wall, and fall down in kind of a tangled mess. Dilly, what do you want to do?
Fitting various crime.
Can I throw daggers?
Absolutely.
I would like to throw daggers. Yeah.
My question for you is going to be, do you want to throw daggers at one of the ones that are standing or one of the ones that are on the floor now?
One of the ones that are standing.
Okay. And your intent is to kill, I'm assuming?
Or break their mask.
Okay. You can definitely...
I'm
do
going to
that.
aim for death, but if all I do is break their mask, I'll still be happy.
Okay. So, I believe if I remember correctly, we made your daggers a wisdom attack?
Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead and make me a wisdom attack, difficulty 4.
Okay. And just reading stuff.
And because it's a light weapon,
Yes.
it reduces it by 1 level. It counts as an asset, so.
Okay. So it's difficulty 3.
Yep.
Cool. 12.
Well, definitely. So you sit there, and your goal was to destroy another one of their masks, right?
I was to kill, or in the event I could not kill, destroy the mask. I'm aiming at the face either way.
Gotcha. So, as you sit there and you throw it, I'll say with the 2 points of damage that you do with a light weapon, you can definitely destroy the mask. Doesn't look like they're dead, but they definitely don't look great. And you can see he now has like a little bit of blood going off of a cut from where it went through the mask and hurt him.
And the masks have the eyes, right, on them? Great. So I assume I ended up aiming for the drawn-on eye. And
Sure.
I go, shoot, wrong eye.
Cool. Brings us to Maddow. What do you want to do?
If they're still in this room, I want to just take one of my shields, and hit them in the face with it.
Cool.
It's your night shield.
Um,
So you guys watch as Madao, still in his cybernetic form, kind of extends his arm, and you watch as a shield kind of grows out of his arm. I believe it's a courage attack for you, difficulty 4.
Okay. Sorry, I had to
Remember-
do the math of the what I need to roll.
Okay.
Difficulty 4. Why didn't I put? It's fine.
Why didn't I put?
Oh, barely. 13.
13, yeah. So you walk forward. Are you going to hit the one that Dilly already hit, or?
Nah, let's hit the other one that hasn't gotten like attacked yet.
Okay.
Just whap. It's like almost a steel chair in the face moment.
All right, so you guys watch as Maddow kind of runs forward and the shield starts extending from his arm, and one of the Yiga clan members kind of like backflips and gets down into a crouch stance, and as soon as he gets ready, you watch as Maddow just kind of reaches down and up and gets him right under the jaw and just crunch and slams him against the wall, and he kind of just crumples in an unconscious mess.
I was tempted to put it to do an intrusion token just to be like, you hear the sound before you see the body just go "Rah!" like out the door to the wall.
The whole Uncle Phil throwing jazz out. Oh!
Mhm, a little bit. And you know what? Can I do that? Make an intrusion roll to do that? Can I use an intrusion token to just
Yeah,
to do that?
definitely.
Cool.
So you
So
guys,
what you hear it first? You hear it first. Like he gets to that position, he's like her, and then you hear the dung, and then you hear like almost a Wilhelm scream like sound as you hear like a huh, as you see like this body like fling past your vision down into the outside area, slam into the wall, and then it's just like ugh, and collapse down.
awesome. I know. You're bringing up the rear here.
So I wanted to ask if there was like a minor action I could do in addition. Potentially.
The way that Cypher works is you have an action on your turn that you can either move or things like that. However, what do you want to do? And
So,
if it's overly
knowing
complicated,
Kess-
it'd just be more difficult.
It's it's not that. It's knowing Kess and also knowing the other members of the group and the nature of this facility. As we were running here, I want to pull the fire alarm.
Oh,
'Cause I
absolutely,
don't
yeah.
doubt that there's got to be one there. Just with Aruna's tendency with explosions, Adesh also weirdly
Yeah.
lighting things
Past
on fire.
hearing about their inability to.
So what I'm going to ask
understand
you
flower.
is I want you to choose even or odd.
I'm an always odd girl.
Okay. All right. So on your way there, or you could pull the fire alarm now if you want, and still have your action to do
I
stuff.
didn't care either way. It was just
Okay.
a matter of
So just because it's more fun for me,
Okay.
seeing as you notice that these people are here and you haven't heard an alarm or anything sound throughout the entire place. So you're like, you know what, people probably don't realize this is going on, and so there's a fire alarm. So you pull it, and as soon as the fire alarm starts, the automatic fire suppression also starts, and you guys are now getting wet as it is now raining in your room. But an alarm is sounding throughout the entire facility.
just like they're like
Doom, and then
ah.
now you still have your action.
Aki's ears like flatten out, but it's like, all right, I understand why this is happening, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, Aki just kind of gives you one of those looks that like he's not even like talking to you at this point, but you know.
Look, my friend. We got to be, I would like to shoot my slingshot at. 'Cause there's one still standing, right?
Yes, currently there are, the only one that's still standing is the one that Dilly hit.
All right, I'm going to also hit that guy. Where is my special?
Or you could use a marble. You haven't gotten to use a lot of marbles.
that is the goal, but see, here's the thing: is what I don't like is when I guess it's untrained. Untrained just doesn't add anything, right?
Yeah,
Whereas the
untrained
inability
just
minus
is just a regular
Okay.
roll. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't subtract anything.
That was my concern. I didn't want the inability thing to happen.
Oh no, you don't have an
Yeah, that-
inability in it.
I have I.
All right, so I'm
So-
going to.
If-
What is the difficulty of hitting this person with my marble?
difficulty 4.
So I gotta roll to hit them first, right?
Well,
Or
you
do I
can
just
actually
use
roll on
Marble Bag
your
of Mysteries?
Marble
I
Bag of
can.
Mysteries first to know what it is that you're shooting, and then yeah, you'll make an attack roll.
The marble bag of mysteries scares me.
It is amazing, and I had a
It's got
lot
the same
of fun
level of
creating it.
chaos as
Okay.
the bag of beans.
I'm trying to remember how do I find my list?
Oh, if you the icons above like chat and everything, you know, where you have the journal, there
Yeah.
should be one that looks like a bulleted point,
Yes.
and it's called collection.
There we go.
And yeah, you just click on the roll.
No, I rolled it. It gave me a number.
That was the not on your character sheet. Actually,
Oh.
on if you look where chat is in Roll20, and it's got all those icons. If you
A
click on the
marble
one that's
board game for a board game I can't identify. But it's made of marble, so I feel like that's gonna be pretty.
yeah,
heavy.
that's gonna hurt. So go ahead and make your attack roll. It's going to be treated as a we're going to call a marble board game. We're going to call that a heavy
Cool.
thing. So that'll do 6 points of damage if you hit.
All right. So, and it's a difficulty what now?
Difficulty 4.
Just because I want this to be funny, I'm gonna use 2 effort,
Okay.
Good.
which is gonna bring it down to 1. No, 3. No, 1. Right?
2.
Or
Because 4
I
minus
can't math.
2.
Hey, look, I don't know what to tell you.
So yeah,
right
you
now.
need to roll a 6 or a higher.
No. I don't need to add the effort if I've already taken it down.
Yes.
Effort to damage? Stop it. Stop asking me all these questions. Success 19.
So you get a minor effect as well.
All right.
So for an attack roll, normally what happens for your minor effect is you just do 3 extra damage. This guy's going to be obliterated already. So if you want a different minor effect, instead of just giving it extra damage and turning it into red paste, you are welcome to come up with something more creative.
How about this? It's going to bounce off him so that he gets knocked out, and then it's going to hit Adesh's door, making loud enough a sound to alert him.
Sure, absolutely. So you guys watch as Aino comes forward, and you've seen Aino use her slingshot quite a few different ways. But every so often she'll reach into this marble bag, and you will see instead of a stone, she takes out a kind of strange looking marble. And as she loads it in, she fires it, and you watch as the marble grows larger and larger and looks kind of similar to a chessboard, but it doesn't have like a checker pattern on it. It's got other kind of shapes on it. And you watch as it kind of flies through the air, and you watch the Yiga clan member is sitting there and kind of ready, and you watch his expression go from anger to what to she, and it smacks him right in the head, this very heavy marble game board. And you watch his head kind of crunch against the wall, and as it goes away, the marble sits there and kind of breaks in half, and half of it goes and smacks Adesh's the door, and the other half just kind of crumbles to the ground. And right as that happened, or shortly after that happens, you see Adesh come out, absolutely drenched, going, "What the hell is going on here?"
Oh yeah, that's right. That also would have woken him up. Aino turns to a key, smiles, and says, I don't know what game we were playing, but I think we won.
Damn.
Unfortunately, that is where we're going to end it for today. As always, if you missed any of this, the VOD is always available right here on twitch.tv/ZeldaUniverse.tv. Otherwise, we do upload all these episodes to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/ZeldaUniverse.tv. So check out all the cool stuff that they have there. And check out ZeldaUniverse.net, where all of our cool, awesome, amazing things are posted there on a fairly regular basis. I believe we are currently looking for more feature writers. So
Believe so.
follow us on Twitter. We make announcements and stuff there. It's at Zelda Universe on Twitter. And if you're interested in becoming a feature writer and possibly having some of your work shown on ZeldaUniverse.net, contact us. Otherwise, again, that is going to be all for us today. I'm going to turn off the battle music. There we go. That's going to be all for us today, and we will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.
Woo!